A crow family had a beef with us. Hi, audio listeners. Welcome to the Numb and Dumb pod. We realized that you listen to podcasts to get smart. But here's one podcast that'll make you feel smart.
We talk about everything under the sun and we hope to become permanent ear crawlers in the background score of your lives.
No, I feel like every time we record an episode, we have to justify why we haven't recorded an episode in ages. And there is really no justification for any of this.
I have realized there is one justification for everything that goes wrong in your life. It's that you have a corporate job.
Dude, I don't even want to get started about corporate jobs in this episode. We'll get to it at some point because we're essentially going to be ranting in this episode a lot.
Who we? You?
No.
I don't have much to rant about. When it comes to jobs.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're going to be ranting about a lot of other things also. So we'll come to the job part of it as well, eventually.
So, we're in the month of October, which I think historically has been my favorite month. Not so much this year.
Why so?
Context, why October has historically been my favorite month.
Favorite month? Yes, let's continue with favorite month.
For context.
Yoret favorite month is Octoberette. And now we're going to get into why that is so.
So both our birthdays fall in October. We are barely a week apart, which is why we're almost like Siamese twins. And which is why we just have one brain cell that we share in this house. Yeah, we are literally 1 week apart, and usually at this time we are traveling. We have been traveling for a majority of the past decade together. Apart from that, also I've traveled on my birthday. This is the first birthday in, I think, a decade that I haven't traveled. So it feels different.
So how does it feel to be where your regular life is on your birthday? So as you said, you've been traveling for a decade on your birthday. So it must be very different because you're you're always doing something. Like your birthday then just becomes part of the trip, like one special day within a whole special week, right? But now, like, the fact that you're gonna have to go to office tomorrow, you're gonna have to live your regular life on your birthday. How do you feel about that?
So now I've become a new person, which is why now I believe...
Did you shed some skin while becoming a new person?
See, that tretinoin does. That I don't have to worry about.
No, my body does it without tret also.
But I've realized that I'm going to change my approach to birthdays. Now I'm going to celebrate every day as my birthday. Because every day is a special day that I am on this earth. So every day I'm going to celebrate myself. I'm not going to restrict it to one day. The one day is to look forward to cake.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't think we should have cake every day. I'm sorry, we can't keep celebrating like this. Two people who don't deny themselves anything.
That's not true. We are fairly disciplined. Listen, just don't let your negative thoughts cloud this lovely week.
I can't believe I'm hearing these words coming out of the most negative person I know.
Hey, that's unfair. I'm just realistic about a few things, but I'm not negative. But
can we please contact your ex super boss?
Thank God. Why was there a pause after X?
You go for a treatment, and then before the treatment has even started, you're questioning
That's
the
not
viability.
Negativity, no? That is being realistic. If anything, I am positive about the outcome, which is why I want multiple avenues. Celebrate. See, when I say every day is going to be a celebration of my birth, and you say that it can't be that, then I am not being negative. Then you're like dampening my non-negativity.
I don't think that's what's happening here. That's a beautiful thought to have.
Yes, thank you.
Please
very
celebrate
much.
your birthday every day with laddu cakes.
No, we don't have laddu cake. No,
No, Dude.
I can't have laddu cake. Please, I have very negative feelings towards laddu cake.
Laddu cake is basically healthy laddus used as cake as a treat.
There's a lot of dessert ordering in this house. I had proposed this idea that let's make like healthy laddus with seeds and everything, and then that'll be a treat for the day, and they'll be considered yum. And Vinny made a face.
Yeah, because it's okay to have them as a healthy snack.
And it's delicious.
It's
a
call it
sweet
delicious. Okay, this leads me to another thought I've been having since I tried coffee without milk, and I kind of liked it.
See?
That is very sad for me. You're not getting it. Like the fact that I've reached a point where I like that flavor, or I like it without milk. I like it without the sweet treat part of it. It's not fun. I just feel that I've lost the child in me.
Vinny, at this age, you clearly have.
I don't want to.
It's been a while since you lost.
Cutting out sugar was still okay. Like I did not feel like I lost the child in me when I stopped putting sugar in my coffee. But when I haven't stopped, but when I tried not putting milk in my coffee and I liked it, I felt very sad. That was a revelation I had.
I don't have an answer to this.
I'm
sorry you have to go through coffee without milk. I still put milk in your coffee.
That's what I'm saying. I still have it. But the thought behind it was that why did I like it without the milk? That shouldn't have happened.
That shouldn't have happened.
Do you ever feel like you're losing your inner child?
No, I told you I'm going to celebrate your birthday every day. What grown-up says that?
That's true. That's why good for you that
Yes.
you're not losing your inner child.
Yes. Because I think my inner child, me as a child was also very, I was a precocious kid. How was your birthday? How did you feel?
Again, I felt really strange because my birthday is usually a holiday.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't even have work to do, and then you wake up and you're like, okay, you're in your regular life, but then what to do? So we made plans to just sit inside dark movie halls all day long, and it was pretty chaotic, to be honest. I tried to make it as normal as possible, but I only felt normal after it had passed. The day was really
And it wasn't that anything was happening.
exactly, nothing was happening,
But
or nothing
you
went
were
wrong.
internally not vibing with the day.
I was not vibing with, and I think this entire vibing thing has been going on for a while now, because usually we are vibing with October. Both of us are usually vibing
Yeah.
with October a lot. Like we're vibing with the whole
October
Navratri
onwards.
season. Exactly. This time we weren't even vibing with that. We didn't go for Navratri this time. Last time also we went.
But it was because last time we had a very hostile experience.
Yeah. And this year everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
The fact that it's just Bombay Navratri is crazy. You need to have 7-8 people and 7-8 chunni guards. We call them chunni gang.
They are the poorer cousins of Gucci. What do you think about the never-ending monsoons?
People used to tell me when we moved that Bombay has only a wet season and a dry season. And I was still hopeful that Bombay would have at least 3 seasons, like summers, monsoons and winters. But now I have come to understand why they say that Bombay
No,
just
but
has
this
2
time
seasons.
it's not ending only, bro. That is also a dampener. The fact that monsoons have been on till October. It was raining almost every day during Navratri season and Durga Puja. So
Exactly.
then that's also a dampener.
That's true.
But I will still celebrate my birthday
Every single day of the
even
year.
during the lame months of June to July. Nothing happens during June, July, August. Like those are the lamest months.
Yeah, I think August is like the bridge month where things might start happening a little bit, but it's the burn
I
months
think
that take the
August
trophy.
only has relevance because of Taylor Swift.
That's also true. This one time I was on a flight and I was traveling alone, and luckily I had like the whole seat, the whole 3 people seat, and I used my freedom on the flight
And
to
slept.
No, I learned the lyrics of August and I sang on a flight.
But it was only your aisle that was free, right?
The aisle, only my aisle was free.
So then there were
There were
people sitting behind and ahead of you.
Yeah, and on the side also.
So they were.
They were also listening. I was
Thank
feeling
God
very
you're-
unhinged that August. This was last year.
Thank God you're a good singer.
I don't think still anyone would enjoy someone singing throughout a 2-hour flight. And that to the same song, because I just had one song downloaded.
Stop! Please. This poverty I can't deal with.
But yeah, it's the burn months that take the
Yeah, so the birth months okay, it's our birthday, so we take trips and so we are excited. But birth months in general also are great because it's a transition. There's Diwali, there's Pujos, there's Navratri, all of that starts. Then November is still a little bit of bridge. Sometimes Diwali is on November. December is amazing because it's cold across the country wherever you go. And it's Christmas, it feels nice. Jan is a new beginning. By March you're settled in the year. April you're like hustling, there's a new school year, new everything. Then May is like peak garmi. It is all about like dealing with that. It's not great, but it's not lame. But the lamest months are July, August, and like a little bit of September and a little bit of June. Yeah.
I don't think we should include September in the lame months category.
This year things have been
Earlier.
but usually, like I'm saying, little bit of September.
Little bit.
Little bit.
Let's
And
just
the-
take like say 15% of
And
September.
the non-lame part of September is in anticipation of
October, that's true. I remember last year also that our entire September went in deciding our
Prepping.
wardrobes for our vacations plus Navratri.
Yeah.
All the photographs in my camera
Gallery.
roll are just that from September last year. But this year we're not vibing with anything. Our vibe this year is no vibe.
I think I've gone into a very loop. I've told you, right? I'm in my zen right now. I feel very at peace with myself.
That's very beautiful, you know.
I know.
How did you reach there? I want to know.
But a lot of everyday improvements and not conscious. I think it's a switch only in your head. And I'm guessing, I hope I don't lapse, but being optimistic, like I can't say I'm 100% optimistic or I'm 100% yay, that'd be crazy. But I don't know, it's a switch. I don't have a logical answer for it.
But working on yourself reminds me. So I did this really interesting challenge, okay? It was called 5-day hard. Can you stop laughing? This is a real challenge, okay, guys? For people who cannot do a 75-day hard, there is a challenge that I have initiated and you guys can follow. It's called 5-day hard. So for 5 days, you would do 2 workouts per day. You would need to meditate. You would also need to eat as clean as possible. Like, I don't put too many restrictions on
5
food.
days also you didn't eat clean.
I eat almost, I am very against food restrictions as a concept. I feel like the more you try to restrict and track your healthy habits or healthy lifestyles, you increase your cortisol because you're tracking your health also. Like, you're making that
Once you
also.
get obsessive, not
Yeah.
casual tracking.
But I feel every kind of tracking increases your cortisol and it's bad for your sleep. And I rank sleep as only second to food. in terms of lifestyle and health. So it is very important to understand the concept of this 5-day hard.
Vinny has gone and met a friend, and it's a new friend, and she has inspired them to work out twice. They are texting them on day 7 that, hey Vinny, what routine do you follow? Madam is having banana chips while replying. Having not done 10k also that day.
It was that day. Otherwise, I've been
Otherwise
very
on day 8,
regular
day 9.
with my 10k and my workout routine.
Day
and
10.
Seed laddus as little treats, you know. October is just an anomaly this year because of our birthdays and Diwali. Otherwise, food in this household is so restricted that I sometimes lose sleep because of high cortisol.
Diwali is on 20th October. Vinny has started Diwali food from and it's what, 8th of October. Vinny has entered her indulgent mode from 5th of October.
And I have a very sound logic behind it, okay? Because when you live in 2 different houses, you need to have 2 different Diwalis. So since we are flying back to our OG houses, the house that we live in also needs to have some Diwali vibes to it, okay? So the last 5 days before we fly out have to be Diwali days here.
Vinny, Diwali vibes go beyond food also.
Yeah, there's a Diwali candle right on my study table.
But talking about this house, so we don't get a lot of influx of people, but there are 2 regulars, mainly the people we've hired as help, and one of them comes in with a lot of angst. And one day we just discovered that this is affecting us, so we ordered sage
From Amazon.
Now I don't know, regular sage users have been told that it's legit, but one day I was aura cleansing the entire house and it just started smelling like weed. So we have other problems now.
Because our neighbors think
that we are having a rave party.
While what's happening inside the house is just 2 people with 2 laptops living very miserable lives.
So it's not miserable, come on. I don't know if the aura has been cleansed or not, but now we have different problems.
What different problems do we have?
There's a complaint against us that we're having rave parties.
Oh, okay, that one only. I thought there was another new problem.
I mean, there must be, since it clearly didn't cleanse the aura.
Now we're just scared of using the sage stick
Yeah.
again. We have 4 sticks, okay?
I think I felt high that day.
Do you even know what feeling high feels like?
I don't know.
Isn't it just sleeping for you?
That's true. But I've been sleeping so well
Since the
recently.
sage cleanse.
I think so.
Oh
Oh my god! Maybe it's health. I've been sleeping on time.
And guys, don't get misled when she says this. Her on time is beyond 2 a.m.
No, I've been sleeping on at like
1:40.
12:30.
Yesterday you were sending me reads till 1:40 a.m.
But I woke up early today.
That's not the point.
But that's how much sleep I need.
That's exactly why I'm giving the caveat to our listeners. Because real sleepers, you know, don't talk like that. We
Sleep
say
connoisseurs.
yeah, sleep connoisseurs. We don't talk like that. If we've slept from 12 till 8 a.m., we say it's a good sleep. That I'm sleeping well.
12 till 8. You sleep more than that.
No, I sleep that much only. If I sleep at 1, I wake up at 9ish. I sleep like that. That's regular. But days when I say I got really good sleep, that I've been
For 12
sleeping
hours.
well. Yeah, 11 to 12 hours.
Bro, that's half a day.
And you realize when you're living here and celebrating quote unquote special occasions that there isn't much to do in this city. Like, yesterday you sent me that post about this craft workshop happening in one shop in Bandra. And
It's
we
a
have
store, first of all. Stop calling it a shop.
a boutique store of collectibles in Bandra. And we happened to visit that
Yes.
store day before yesterday. And I
Which
would
had
not
an eclectic collection of upcycled
upcycled bhangar.
You can't say that.
I'm just trying to find a better word for it. Why can't I say that? I'm not even taking the store's name.
Yeah, now we can't. 3 more deaths.
Three extra deaths. So that very exquisite collection of important items. I would never go and do a upcycling workshop there. I wouldn't trust it only.
You know what? It's just people like us who watch things on reels and then go for these experiences. It's because we went there because we were walking on the streets of Bandra and we just entered and we discovered that this place is slightly
Off.
cuckoo. So we wouldn't go. But if we hadn't gone to that place, we would have definitely fallen for that. And I'll give you one example. It was this restaurant we recently visited, Komorin. Oh my god, what a horrible restaurant that was.
And we were so excited for it.
Yeah,
That's the worst
I think
part.
I got food poisoning from that place.
Dude. Yeah, if you guys are planning to watch reels and check out restaurants, then please trust Zomato reviews more than reels, because I think Zomato had
reviews
bad
were quite
reviews,
bad.
right? I think we made that mistake.
But Diwali reminds me, California, they have a state holiday on Diwali. What
That's
do
the
you think?
third state in the US to declare it as a state holiday.
That-
I think that just talks to how much Indian diaspora. I also saw a Tanishq ad recently, which was specifically like Tanishq USA ad targeting the NRI diaspora's love for India.
And
As
I think they have a very clear idea of who they are. You know that term, right? ABCD,
Yeah.
American born confused Desi. I think now it's India born confused Desi, because we never know, or we don't know, we're confused about our identity. But they have a clear idea. Like, they know that they are patriotic, they know that they live away from the homeland. They are very rooted while not being close to the roots.
That's very interesting, but why do you think that this is happening? Like the fact that Indians are getting more and more confused about their identity, Indians living in India, but that's not happening with the NRI diaspora.
I have a larger theory about this, which is, I think any sort of fanaticism or devotion can only occur if there is a certain level of distance. So even when you have a crush on a guy, it's lovely until you know him. Reality is never super pretty. So like, as Indians living in India, we know the reality of the country as well. We know the good part of it as well, which is why we're confused. But they only see the glory from there. So for them, they have an abundance of devotion for the country. So they are very, like, in their heads they are sorted that way.
It's like for us it would be like never meet your hero, an extension
Yeah,
of never meet your
hero.
heroes. Because if you meet them, then they just let you down.
Yeah.
But talking about heroes, Taylor Swift just released her new album. And I'm seeing a lot of mixed reviews from people on my feed, where some people are really loving her showgirl era and her like proper lover girl era, and comparing it to her era with Joe Alwyn and all of that.
So
but
many
then-
Joe Alwyn reels have resurfaced.
And like, the people are really crazy. Okay, I saw this one reel where someone literally googled the cast of Hamlet and they saw Joe Alwyn was part of it, and then they was like, she was actually Ophelia. like you know how she was saved from the fate of Ophelia. But there's also this other part of the internet which is not really vibing with this album. They feel like this is not Core Taylor and she's dumbed it down for more like white male audiences. But do you think that's true? Like, do you feel a difference in this album?
I don't know. I feel why Taylor Swift is such an icon is because of her universality. And I don't feel it's a dumbed down version. I feel all her songs have been pretty basic. They're amazing. I really relate to it. I really enjoy them. But it's not that it's some crazy art. The fact that it's so great is because it's relatable. So, the fact that she's going through a Lover Girl Pookie era, that reflects in her album. So I don't feel that even if it is a safer bet, is what she is going through and she's being authentic about it.
That's what I think Taylor's also like take is on the hate that she is getting from that side of the internet. That all of my albums and everything that I release are vetted and I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm putting out. And I have had people come and tell me later that okay, I was in my folklore era, but something happened in my life and now I'm in my Evermore era or something like that. So I know that my audience will keep changing, but the more you experience in life, the more you'll relate to one of the albums. But this is about my life and my journey.
So you find Taylor Swift in whichever era that you are.
Yeah.
There is a Taylor Swift for every age and stage of your life. But it's she's such an icon. Could be Hokum as well. But every time she's had a release, Apple has had a phone release as well.
Oh, yeah.
And visually, the iPhone has been always inspired by the visuals of her album.
Which is so interesting. Like, pop culture shapes so much of our consumption and in every single way. And that's why I think we were discussing a couple of hours back as well, like the fact that while growing up, when we were teenagers or like in middle school and all, the icons that were super popular were only singing like such heavy-hearted, angsty songs, and we had gone through nothing back then, okay, and we were still singing it with like full on passion, like the entire Enrique Iglesias albums.
Dude, we were 13 singing such lusty songs. Like, I feel very I feel it's wrong for a 10 or a 13-year-old to sing Enrique songs.
Yeah,
I would be really disturbed.
I can be your hero, baby.
And Rihanna, bro, why was she so like? I will never be
a murderer.
A murderer. Who said you are a murderer, babe? Who said?
Our love, his trust. No, it was really like filled with too much angst.
Yeah.
And Justin Bieber was the only light in that.
He was age appropriate.
Yeah,
baby.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
Yeah, like 13-year-old listen to what else will you call? Call them baby. Call your crush baby. A funny rom-com could be a Kal Ho Na Ho, which for me is it's peak cinema. I don't think it gets better than that. Aman Lovers.
What was his name?
Rohit?
No.
Sweetu?
No.
Frankie.
I
am Frankie. Yeah, pyar is to chill. That's like the greatest line ever, bro. Pyar is to chill. Where are your Kal Ho Na Ho rom-coms, man?
Dude, all of this is still fine. I have beef with Sayara. I know I'll get a lot of hate for this from our 2 listeners, but I have a lot of beef with Sayara.
So do I. But I loved watching the movie. It was a fun experience.
That is true, but that was because we were watching it with a fun bunch of people, strangers in the hall, because we went very late. I don't know why it was such a hype. There was just a lot of shouting in the movie, and then there was just this entire bichari girl concept and a macho guy concept, and I'm so exhausted of seeing just like that representation.
But you know what, like it's an era of intense love stories and all that, but despite all of it, Sayara wasn't toxic. Like he wasn't a Kabir Singh.
That's true. If you
the
compare
bar
it
is
to
that low,
that I can imagine that. Like, if you compare it to a Kabir Singh, then definitely.
So it was intense, it had passion, but it wasn't for takers of Sanyara, it wasn't toxic. So
I like how we're trying to balance the viewpoints.
my favorite genre of film where you look at background artists, that's my cheap thrills. I can watch my favorite movies and see what's happening in the background, how the side actors are acting, because these are people who are least invested in the good outcome of the product. They are just here for per day.
They're just doing dihadi.
They are the funnest people to see, especially if it's a serious scene. So there is a blonde kid in Kal Ho Na Ho. Sorry, this is not how you begin. There is a very sad song in Kal Ho Na Ho. If you watched it, it's when Naina is getting married to Rohit. Aman is also sad, Naina is also sad, and it's some Haldi Mehndi function that's happening. Frame is only going to be on their faces, but before that, they do a scan of the room. Everyone is happy, everyone is cheerful, except these. There is this blonde kid. Okay, she is the funniest. She is such a vibe, bro. She's like literally in her zone. She's moving her hand, she's moving her head. She doesn't give two shits about anything else. She's probably
Same with that kid in Rab Ne Bana Di also, no?
she's digging her nose.
Oh, she was digging her nose, not sticking her tongue out.
Oh no, digging her nose is kuch hota hai.
Yeah.
These are just gems in my head installed. I think when I'll go through dementia, I'll forget everything else.
But you'll remember, yes, but day, what can I do for you?
That's Rockstar. Oh my god, that is gold.
But dude, there's one other thing about Bombay, that the rats here are huge.
Fatties.
They're like, they've got like fat asses, dude. Like they're huge, humongous rats. I don't see such huge rats in other places in the country. What are these rats eating here?
Dude, these rats are like heavy duty, bro. They are like the Sharma ji ka betas in the rat community.
I swear, and they're thriving.
They are
The population is thriving.
I haven't seen a single skinny rat in Bombay.
Imagine
And we've
this.
seen a lot.
Yeah, of course, Bombay is filled with
with
rats.
rats.
Maybe second to just NYC. We're creating data here on our own. But
When you say it with confidence, it is legit.
yes, ChatGPT. What can I do for you? But yeah, like we've seen so many rats, but none of them are thin, none of them are malnourished. Some of the cats are though, so that says a lot about the rat community, you know.
They are quite wild.
They're quite wild and they're not easy to hunt.
But you know, the real assholes. The real assholes in this city are crows.
So don't even get me started on crows.
A crow family had a beef with us.
Yeah, dude. So when we moved in, they tried to create a home in one of the windows. And when we tried to remove the home, basically remove all
When
the...
she says home, it's not that they're subletting. It's a nest outside the window.
Yeah, made up of like used hangers and random
Yeah.
pieces of metal and scrap. So when we tried to take it out, this crow got angry. And he came and threw a rat inside our living room through the window, and we are still so scared that we only open that window when we are sitting there, and then we close it. Because the crow did end up making a house which got upgraded to a 2 BHK the next year. And they've had their babies, the babies have been raised. So we are living with a family of crows without
And
them
they
paying
don't
any
even
rent.
have to pay rent.
So they've got very good real estate in our house.
So it's better being a crow than a human in Bombay.
My theory is that
Cats
the
are not eating rats.
Cats are not being able to catch the rats because the rats are like rajas. Okay, so then cats are getting thinner, and the crows are being able to catch the rats through the air vision, and
Which one is
and
it?
they're getting
Red and
wilder.
air vision.
And then they're getting wilder. So I think everything just stems from the rat community of Bombay, which is the least spoken about but the most influential community. Crows are assholes. Yeah. If any crows are listening, you guys are amazing.
We can barely get humans. We can barely get our friends to listen to this podcast, and now you're talking about crows listening to it. Thank you for tuning in.
If you love our weird ramblings, do rate and follow us on Spotify.
Show us some love on Instagram. The handle is @the Numb Dumb Pod. See you next time. Bye.